Hello guys, I'm Futureal. I stream 5 days a week. We're on twitch.tv/Futureal, and we are here again with another video from the Project Diablo 2 Season 6 beta servers. In this video, we are going to test out the Druid. It is the endgame builds, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. There's some unconventional builds in here that are performing really well this season, so I hope you're going to like the video. And if you do, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below on how you like this video. Until next time, take care, and I will see you soon. Alright, first Druid build, guys. First Druid build, and as you can see from this button right here, we are a big fat bear. We have decided to try a Shockwave build, which is going to be quite interesting. So, showing the mercenary, we have Wrath and just random attack speed stuff here to get to that attack speed breakpoint. We haven't even put on a quiver here as well, quite generic. We have a bunch of Burns because we don't have corruptions, so to make up for lack of corruptions, we have tossed in a little bit of damage reduction there to make up for that. We don't even have sockets on these, and we have CTA and lidless on swap. So it's a very, very generic build. Skillers and then just life and mana here, Torch Annie and Geeds. So it's not a very specific build, but just to give you an idea of what you are working with, we have built it this way. We are, however, running the 163 FCR. Well, hang on, if I can not have the mercenary up. Yeah, we're running the 163 FCR. You can see right here. That is quite good. So we're gonna jump into this Throne of Insanity map and see what we can do. The build is as follows, and there is room for changes here. Although this is pretty much what you want to do. It's the core of the build. It's max Werebear, 1 Lysanthropy, 1 Hunger, and max Shockwave. And then in Elemental, you will max Tornado, 1 in Gust. In Summoning, I chose to go with Vines. You don't have to, but I chose to do that. I maxed Oak Sage, and then I dumped the rest of the points in Twister. So this build is going to max out, I think, at 99. Or maybe we will be 1 point short maybe on level 99. But you can choose the way you do that. You can max this for some more damage. Go less on Oak Sage. You can even take out more from Oak Sage and go for the Bear if you want another tank. But this is what we chose to do, so it's up to you how you want to do it. So let's jump in. Let's battle orders up. And here we go. I mean, to be fair, you guys said that this wouldn't be that fast. I mean, this is not so bad. It is a little Monka-esque to not have a tank, though. I personally would have gone with a Act 5 mercenary with a amplified damage mercenary instead, so that I have something in front of me to soak up damage. But you can do that if you want to. I would have gone with like a Cranium Basher or what's his face? Any other amplified damage. Lacerator is decent. Gavel of Pain is decent. So there's a lot of options you have with this build. Nothing is really set in stone. There's a lot of things you can do. And this isn't the most ideal gear. So if you go full ideal on this, you can get quite a bit better gear than what you see here. So this is pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very, very fun build to play. I don't dismiss the possibility that we will play this build at some point, because this is pretty cool. And this was also a really solid build at low level. As you can see here, we are struggling with the sustain because we don't have life after kill, mana after kill because of the lack of corruptions. But that's something that you will have to put into this into this build when you are building it. You must have life and mana after kill on this build to have it sustained, because eating potions every time you take a hit when you are effectively the tank is not a good idea. But this is a really fun build. I really do like it. It's a little awkward to like do that, like shape shift out of bear form. And you know, the mercenary, the Act 1 mercenary is kind of a clown. She got absolutely slapped there. So this might not be the absolute best iteration of this build. There is a lot of stuff that you can do. My personal preference would be to go with the Act 5 mercenary with Gavel of Pain or Cranium Basher or something like that as my source of amplified damage, because then you do have that tank in front of you to soak up those shots. But that is a very cool build, and I hope you will check it out. We do have some people in chat here that are interested in playing this build. It is strong at level 80, and it is very strong at endgame, so it's a pretty cool build. We're gonna check out the next build in a few seconds. Okay, second build, guys. On to the Rabies. We're going to try Rabies Druid, like high-end Rabies Druid. It's not ideally built, just going to say that right up front. We don't have any corruptions here, so the gear is a little jank. But we are running Jalal's Bramble Plaguebearer with Spirit Ward and max block, because we're playing on hardcore, of course. We did take String on hardcore instead of Arax. And we have 2 skill rings, BK and Wisp, with Tranquils for the poison damage and Waterwalks for the block rate and Dex life. Shape Skillers, Geats, Torch Annie, and Life and Mana over here. Probably could have changed these small charms, but it's whatever. And we have CTA and Lidless on swap. The build: Max, Rabies, Feral Rage, Lysanthropy, 1 in Werewolf, 1 in Gust, optional. Max Vines, and then we have maxed Oak Sage. You can play around with different kinds of builds. So you can take some out of Oak Sage, get a bear, get more vines. Up to you what you want to do. But we're going to try it this way right here, and I'm going to show you the Mercenary, just playing Doom with a pretty standard setup here. Leng of Hands, Levy, Vamp Gaze, String, and Gores. So let's take a look. Holy baloney. I mean, I have to say the damage in this build is pretty high. This is insanity. So it's just hit and run. Make sure that you have Feral Rage up and just hit and run. Yeah, we have a request from the chat here. Those guys wanna drool over their World of Warcraft AoE damage meters. So we have to turn on the damage meter. We have to stop having fun because nerds wants to see numbers. There you go. I have no idea about the loot, couldn't care less. Can we hit the 100k? Oh, we can actually supersede the 100k. 110k. Oh my god. Time to take a suspiciously long shower, guys. $130. This is This is a pretty incredible damage build. My lord. This is a super fun build. It's a very, very weird playstyle though. Just hit and run. And just rely on the loot filter to tell you when you get something. Oh, excuse me. These concentration packs are a little dangerous to run into, but... Evil bacon. There's evil bacon in our map, guys. Yikes. This is a really, really cool build. I wasn't really intending to show this much of the run, but oh my lord. This is so much fun. What a build. What a build this is. I like this. I'm not gonna lie. I like this. Whew. That was a very cool build. That was a very, very cool build. This build is not that strong on low level, at level 80, of course, because it's quite gear dependent. You can take a look at the tooltip here. Where the Rabies damage is about 77,000. It's a very, very nice build. And this build also has some elements of survivability in it. We have max block, we have a solid amount of DR here. So yeah. The thing is though, we have some guys in the chat here asking me to do a different map. The thing is, this character is meant for this map. Like it's basically, if you play a Nova Sorceress or if you play Ice Maiden, you aren't able to do all the maps. So if you choose to play this build, I would highly suggest that you actually trade cow maps, or you save up a bunch of cow maps before you build this character, and then you have fun clearing them. Because doing this in if you're going to use this as your main mapper, I think you're going to have a little bit of issues in other areas. You can, but it's by far the strongest in the combat because you have no ranged units. There's no threats. You just hit one hit and then you run around them and they die. So while you can do everything, I would say that this is by far the best in the cow map. So if you're interested in testing this out, absolutely check this build. It's very, very cool. And we're gonna test the last Druid build right now. So we're gonna do this right here. We have a Ethereal Gavel with like some strat. That's just for amp damage. Might Mercenary. Gores, String, Laying of Hands, Levy, and Vamp Gaze. Just completely standard. We have Beast, Shaco Mara, Viper, Storm, Waterwalks, SOJ, Wisp, Trangles, and we have Arachnids Mesh. Summon Skillers. And we have some life and mana charms here, Torch Annie and Geeds. The build is as follows. Max everything here in the middle. Max Heart of Wolverine. 1 in each of the vines. And 1 in Gust. That is the build. If you don't have this many skill points because you're not level 95, I would suggest you take 1 in Gust and then you max the Heart of the Wolverine last out of these options. So let's take a look at this River of Blood map and see how we do. It's been a really long time since I have played this build though, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta play this build aggressively. You gotta pretty much gust on cooldown. You just gust forward. and let your creatures do the work. It's a really cool build. I do like this build quite a lot. It is a summon build, but I think, at least in my opinion, this summon build is fairly active. If you want to be a little bit safer when you're gusting... Oh, I'm stuck in an animation here. That's not so great. Change weapon back and forth, and you're going to be out of that. If you want to be a little bit safer, make it a habit that when you gust, immediately take a step backwards, so that you put the hitbox of your own creatures in front of yourself, so that you don't take archer shots to the face. I do like this build quite a lot, actually. Oh, same thing again. Got hit by... I don't know what keeps locking me in that animation stun. Yeah, I know. You can definitely play this build with Enigma. There is nothing wrong with that. Summon the bear over there. It's a pretty tough little fanaticism gauntlet right here. There we go. And the second bear is up. Let's go. And I'm again. I don't know what keeps locking me in that animation stun there. It's a little weird. What builds are good for fortified maps? I think the builds that are good for builds that are strong on single target. So yeah, we have some Might Aura and some stuff going on over here, so these are pretty tough units. But yeah, I really do like this build. It's a very fun build, and it's very strong as well. It's not maybe the fastest build you have seen in your life, but it's a very strong build. It can deal with literally anything, and it's fairly safe because you have so many creatures that are tanking up damage for you. Let's see what we get here of these creatures. Oh, we have Bale minions. Make short work of that. I also wanted to show you like single target damage, and we got that there from that lister. So yeah, we have gone through a lot of this map already. We're about a quarter done in the map in just like 2 minutes. So it's a very cool build. It's very cool, and you know exactly what was mentioned in the chat there. It is creature management, right? Because your ravens expire, your bear, because he has a huge hitbox, and he takes aggro from a lot of stuff. He will sometimes get hit, and then it's like you're literally casting all the time. And then if you make it a rule to like always gust on cooldown, or if you have Enigma, you want to be aggressively going forward. That's why we play Storm Shield, and that's why we play. I have 50% block here. You can invest more in Dex and block if you want to, but I feel like this is a reasonable spot to be at. So I really do like this build. If you do like summon builds, check out this Summon Druid. It is a really cool build. A very high damage, amp damage, Might Aura, fanaticism from Beast. It's a really cool build. Not to mention that your mercenary is an absolute monster with an ethereal 6-socketed weapon here. We haven't even upped this, but you get the idea. There's a lot of improvements you can do to this with, you know, corruptions and plus skill corruptions, that kind of stuff. But this is a very strong build, and I absolutely urge you to test this out. I played this in Season 1 of Project Elbow 2. So that is the end of the Druid endgame builds. Now we're going to be back with the next character in just a few seconds.